Should be the second test, right?
Yes, it should be second.
Mhm.
But it was last week. I think you should pass it last week according to the plan.
Yes, yes. This is the ninth week, right?
Yes, it is.
So on the ninth week we have the test.
Yes, we should have the
Mm.
test, but so the test is online. So if you want to pass
Yeah.
it, you can pass it right now. But you should
No,
first pass.
maybe later.
But you should first pass the first test if you not
Mhm.
don't pass yet.
Yeah, I know.
And I noticed that only you, Khulud, and Ahmed are visiting the online classes.
Well, I think we have all been trying to join for an hour. So I think some gave up and slept. I'm
Oh,
not sure.
okay, I see.
Maybe I can
Anyway,
just tell
so
them that.
um,
Mhm.
so what do you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do now?
So if you have questions about the tests and preparation, so we can discuss these questions. So like, have you started reading the chapters? So
Yes, but for the first test, for the second test, not yet.
okay, which chapters have you done with?
First chapter.
First chapter only?
Unfortunately.
So pharmacokinetics. Okay. So I I noticed that this was the most popular video lecture at the channel. Pharmacokinetics. Other videos are not so popular. So
I've told my friends to subscribe my medical. Uh, my friends who are medical students. I told them to subscribe to your channel.
so how they do they like the lectures or they
I
have
don't
better
know.
ones? No?
No, I don't know. I did not ask if they have watched or not, but I told them that you are my teacher. I told them
Oh,
that you upload lectures and they subscribed.
oh, thank you very much, Sandy. I think this is one of the reason I have 25 subscribers now.
Yeah, they were 10 2 weeks ago or something.
Okay, so and do you have lectures in English also in Egypt?
In yeah, most of the medical field they have their classes and lectures in English.
Okay, so do they also study online or they study in a mortar and brick classes?
Um, it's kind of divided between online classes and offline classes. So sometimes they go, sometimes they don't.
Mhm.
As in Kazan they also go to some classes, but the lectures and also some classes are online.
And do they have the same like video recordings so they can look them after, or they don't record the
No,
lecture?
no, they record them. They record them. But in my opinion, in my opinion, watching recorded lectures takes so much time. It's better to just focus on the lecture.
Again, do you what
It's
do you mean?
better to focus in the lecture while you are in it, better than watching a pre-recorded
Okay,
lecture.
I see.
Because it takes so much time. You just pause it and you get distracted. Go make some tea, maybe walk. I don't know, but it just takes so much time.
I agree. I agree. And also, when you watch online, you can ask the questions somewhere
Yes,
in the
that too.
middle or at the end. Um, and it's the same like when you miss the lecture and then you take notes and copy the notes. So
Hmm.
you just copy someone writing, and actually it takes a lot of time because actually you cannot understand the writing, etc.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, so uh, then it's better for everyone to join the lectures. So, Sanjay, I'm not sure if why some students cannot um, uh, join the meeting, because if their emails are correct, so could they should be able to join without any approval. So, like you.
No, I thought that we had some problems actually because we were all trying to join earlier this morning at maybe 9 9 a.m. But nobody could join.
Okay. But do you have a timetable in Google Calendar for these meetings?
Yes, it's at.
So and you can join from the link that is in the calendar. So like me, so I
Mhm.
use that one, and it always works. Always works. And the reason why you cannot join for the lecture, because the lecture it was
We
not
had no
planned.
lecture. Mm.
So if you want, I can make additional lectures for you. I think we can do that.
It depends. If we will have time to finish all of our lectures, then no need. Like
Okay.
before Christmas vacations.
Oh, of course. I mean additional lectures, because the lectures. Okay, I will see. Of course, we will finish them before the Christmas.
No, I mean, if we have enough weeks for the number of lectures that we have, then we don't need to have an additional lecture.
Oh, okay, okay, good.
Mm.
I see. Um, and I think next week we have a holiday. I'm not sure, but
I think this holiday is on Friday,
Friday
right?
only.
I hope it's not.
Yes, it's only Friday. Correct.
Yeah,
It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday and Friday.
Wednesday and Friday. Very
Yes.
nice.
Do you have classes on Wednesday and Friday? Tough one.
Yes, actually, on Wednesday we have one of my least favorite subjects, biochemistry. So, yeah, very good.
So do you don't like the chemistry, right?
I don't like biochemistry,
You like?
but biochemistry, I
What?
don't like it.
You don't like biochemistry?
No.
What is the reason? Like the complexity or
What is the what?
complexity of the formula, or what is the reason?
Um, I don't know. I think too much information to learn because you know that biochemistry will learn like
Okay.
cycles in details. So we learn many cycles in many details. So it's quite confusing.
What is your textbook?
Lippincotts. No, actually, we don't have a textbook, but I study from Lippincotts.
Okay. That's good because it's one of the best one. Because
But it's one of the most complex books, actually. I
no,
found much more simpler textbooks.
really. What
Mm.
are the authors of this simpler?
1 second, because it's a tough name for me. But 1 second. Yes, Satya Narayana. Satya Narayana.
It's
I think it's an Indian author.
Indian.
I think so.
I never heard about that, but as far as I remember, Leaping Codes is very simple because they these cycles they give them in the form of the schemes like schema,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you learn that, but you should learn them by heart. there are not much of them. So actually, Kelvin cycle, and then glycolysis. So
No, we study like, for example, protein metabolism, carbohydrates metabolism, lipids metabolism, urea cycle, for example.
okay.
Um, yeah, and of course Krebs cycle and glycolysis and all of this.
So but you usually start with the carbo uh, uh, carbohydrate metabolism first, then we move to the protein, I think.
Yes, we started with this semester.
Okay, so I agree it's complex because the a lot of chemistry and formulas, especially if you are not prepared ahead at the organic or chemistry. So if you don't know the formulas of like the carbohydrates, you have to learn much formula, and then also you have to learn the cycles, and then there is some theoretical material also, so it's much complex. And then uh, but the good thing is that that will help you to learn pharmacology, like when we will study the insulin drugs, anti uh, uh, hyper, anti-hyperglycemic drugs like insulin, then it will be easier for you.
I hope so.
Yes, it will if you, sorry, if you will learn biochemistry well, and then it will help you to understand the mechanism of action of drugs. So the, and so you should study biochemistry and also give you some knowledge of uh, diseases progression, like why diseases will happen and how to treat the diseases. So it's much more useful for the physicians rather
Yeah,
than
I agree.
but in our university, it's historically the pharmaceutical faculty was developed from the uh, general medicine faculty, and that is why some uh, uh, some classes were copied from the general medicine faculty. So that is why,
No, actually, pharmacy students here study biochemistry too.
like the same words, like in detail too.
Probably, yeah. I asked my friend who studies pharmacy too, and she told me that she uses Lippincott too.
Mhm.
She told me they also use Lippincott for pharmacology.
Mhm. That's common in most medical universities. Uh, However, the pharmacy schools, like where they don't have medicine, the general faculty, they usually don't study biochemistry in detail, and they focus on chemistry. Like they have more chemistry on uh, structure and relationship develop connection of the drugs. So and also more biochemistry is focused on the development of drugs and the synthesis of the drugs. Uh, so and also toxicology. They study toxicology more. So you have the right book. So if you don't have, what is the edition of your Lipin course? Do you have it hard copy or the electronic one?
No, not hard copy. PDF.
PDF. What is the edition? I can give you like another edition if you want the latest edition, or you want, maybe you would like earlier editions. They are less complex.
Maybe.
What is your
One
edition
second. I
of
think I think it was the sixth edition.
six? So okay,
I
maybe
think.
we can exchange editions. So I have the latest one, and then I can give you the earlier one. Earlier one are less complex.
I think it's the six, yeah.
Six. Mhm. I
Mm-hmm.
will look if I have a earlier edition. Uh, I suppose they're less complex. And who is your professor on um, biochemistry?
His name is Alexei.
Alexei,
Alexei.
and surname
Nabatov, I think.
Novatov,
I think.
because I don't know.
I'm still not quite used to the Russian names.
I see. I never seen him before, so I think I don't know him. So, and do you have lectures on biochemistry?
Yes.
So
Yes.
also by him,
Also, what?
also the same professor.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So do you have many formulas at the lectures?
Yes.
When I was the students, uh, we have biochemistry too, and uh, during the whole course of the lecture, we have one reaction only written at the lecture.
Really?
Yes,
No.
and the professor. So actually, he was very old, and he never used a chalkboard or
Mhm.
or slides. Though he that like he don't have any notebook, but he only speak to us, and we written the text. And the only time he used to write a formula, he write it on a paper that is was projected by the light to the white screen. So, and he used dice to write on the paper. So, and also,
He used what to write on the table?
so it's not on the table, but on the paper
On the paper. Ah.
he
He
used
used what?
a die, like a fountain pen, not the ball pen. So you usually
Mm.
use ball pen, right?
Mhm.
But he don't use a ball pen. He used a fountain pen, and not automatic fountain pen, but like, do you remember the old like movies about the like royal or something or
Yeah.
like ancient, like 18th centuries? So they use
Mhm.
small uh, uh
This small bottle with ink.
yes, yes. So
Mhm.
he used the same one.
Okay.
So and then but the lectures were very good and simple. So I still remember the lectures, like, and at one of the during the one of the lectures, he asked uh, if the ladies have uh, uh, if the ladies have uh, uh, gloves, like a winter
Mhm.
gloves. It was a winter outside, and only one of the ladies have the gloves, and she thought I have. And then he asked her to stand and to stand in front of the students and show the hand like this.
Mhm.
So and then he asked someone to take a gloves and put a gloves to this hand, and
Mhm.
then he told that these uh, gloves is a receptor, and then the hand is an agonist. So and the receptor will match the agonist like a key and uh, key and a lock. So
Mhm.
this is a fundamental uh, like rule of the biochemistry. So the matching of the key and lock uh, of the receptor to the agonist. So
Mm. That's an interesting way of explaining.
so and he told that so this is like the uh, the girl name was so the name of the girl was Alina. So and he
Mhm.
said that so please remember this is the most important in the biochemistry. So this is hand of Alina and her love. So please remember that one. So I still remember that. So and he used actually other like tricks to
Mhm.
help us remember. Unfortunately, he died recently.
Oh.
So maybe if you were lucky and uh, be able uh, to see him, so maybe he could make lectures for you too. Not sure if he speaks English, but still, that's pity. So, and then there were another very even better professor on biochemistry. Uh, his name actually he written a book on biochemistry in Russian, and so the students that are studying Russian they use that book for the studies for the classes. So his name was Zubairov, Professor Zubairov,
Mm.
and he also was very old, like the even older than the previous one, and uh, but despite that he presented with the PowerPoint lectures and etc. So like a modern professor. Do you use PowerPoint during the lectures on the biochemistry?
Mm, yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
like and uh, he has a he had a Parkinson disease.
Mhm.
But despite that, he continued to work uh, and give lectures. Uh, and he was very good in explaining these cycles. And unfortunately, he died too recently, like several years ago. So no one left to make lectures that are interesting and simple. Okay, I will try to make my lectures simple too.
Okay. Thank you.
So
But actually, pharmacology is more interesting than biochemistry.
yes, I agree. But to understand pharmacology, you need biochemistry. So you have to
Yeah, I know.
so you have to study both.
Mhm.
And so we have two Ahmeds here now. Uh, so okay, we'll try to make my lectures simpler so you enjoy them more. But I'm not sure if we have lectures left in this semester, but maybe next semester.
Okay. We will have an exam at the end of the third, no,
Next year,
seventh semester. Yeah, at the end of next year.
at the so the January a year from this time, so it's 2022. So you have I'm sorry, disconnected for a moment. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so you have time to prepare for the exam. Still, uh, there are 10, 10 tests. So you have to pass 10 tests. So 3 tests this semester, and then another 7 during the following semesters, and they influence your exam score. So if you want a score that is 90 and higher, then it's better for you to pass test for the 90 and higher too.
Yeah, I understand.
Um, so my previous year students, they struggle with that because uh, the test, like from the third test, is very complex. So the first and second tests are very easy.
Why is the third more complex? Like more chapters or?
Or more chapters, and also
Mm-hmm.
like the first test is the general pharmacology, it's the easiest one. Then the second is about the autonomic nervous system, that is also not much complex, but still um, it is the not general pharmacology, so that is why it's more complex. And then the third is central nervous system, is most complex, and to my mind, even when I studied pharmacology, uh, that was so uh, um, it was very confusing for me during that time, because we don't have a good textbook and lectures. We also have like mm, less lectures for the central nervous system then. So those topics that were at the lecture, we studied well, but other topics, like without lectures, we studied from the textbook, and in the textbook they were not very uh, easy to understand. So, and during that time, central nervous system was not developed much. So, like we had drugs for the sleeping diseases, and then the antipsychotics, and then uh, and then I think that was all. But nowadays we have also antidepressant drugs, and then anti-Parkinson disease drugs. And but nowadays we have uh, antidepressants, then the uh, drugs for the Alzheimer diseases, completely new group, and many others, many other drugs added to the central nervous system drugs. So, and then when the next semester, the drugs will be even more complex. Hello, Salma. And
Hello, teacher.
and then you should get used to the uh, discussing drugs, uh, and at the end of the course there will be antibiotics. Antibiotics are the most complex, so that is why prepare for that. It will be very uh, long journey and very complex one.
I see.
But you should start from the general pharmacology, like pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, because most of the definitions are there, and they will help you to understand the following topics. So please don't skip that.
I understand.
So, anyone want to take a test or any questions for that during preparation? Salma, have you prepared for the test?
Not yet, teacher.
But are you preparing for the first one or the second one?
No, I'm just like we have another subjects which we have exam in January, so I didn't start pharmacology yet.
Why you should start? You have
Yes, we
tests.
will start, but just mm, some days, and we'll start like taking little by little.
Okay. So at least at Saturday, if you don't have you don't have other classes, right?
We have pharmacology class,
But
biochemistry class.
biochemistry at Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So then actually biochemistry is very complex. So now I understand why you don't prepare for the classes. It's because of the biochemistry. I have to cancel your classes on biochemistry first.
We will finish them in January.
January, okay, good. I hope that
Yeah.
you will finish. That's good. You will finish biochemistry, then maybe you start studying pharmacology. So uh, I hope for that. Unless you don't have other classes on Saturday, like uh, like pharmaceutical chemistry.
No, it's on Friday.
Friday. Okay. Then then good luck to you on biochemistry, and so if you have excess time, please prepare for so make the tests at the portal. So I think that is it for today. If you don't have questions, we can conclude. So and see you next week. Please, we start at 9:15. I'm sorry I forget to tell you that we start later now.
So now every week we start at 9:50.
Yes, 9:15.
No lectures. No more lectures.
Lectures are over. As far as I
Mm-hmm.
remember, I will check. Okay.
Okay.
But according to the plan, they are over, so we only have eight eight lectures.
Okay.
So next week, see you at 9:50. You can sleep more.
Okay.
So
See you.
see you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.